right, everybody. What's up? This is the Unsealed podcast, the official podcast of Wings of the Eagle. Christopher Manti is me. One of my friends is freaking out that they don't have the time to tune in right now. I apologize for the odd time of day and kind of cobbled together here. Stuff is very busy nowadays in my house or my life and office. So apologies for that, but you can always please like and share this. Find it on all your platforms and whatnot. Would be super awesome if you could subscribe and tell somebody else about it. Even better if you become a member on YouTube or Patreon. Anyway, okay. I know everyone wants to talk about the drones and what's going on here, and I'm getting messages from folks who I haven't heard from in a long time. And as a my pastor's my daytime job, as it were, and folks who have a relationship on that, some people you have this lane, this is what you have with this person, and they don't go to this lane. And right, I'm everywhere, I love to be everywhere. Not many folks are like that. So you have lanes. Anyway, we're getting crossover this week today into different situations, and I'm getting texts and calls from diverse set of folks. So anyway, I want you to encourage you to participate right now. If you want to ask a question, make a point or what have you, just type it into the X broadcast right here or on YouTube or on Facebook, wherever you're watching this. Go ahead and ask a question, express a comment, concern, or what have you, and I will do my best to address it today. The program. First and foremost, it is the name of a new documentary from James Fox. If you don't know who he is, he's done several documentaries now on this topic, and it's been progressing to this point. It's just grown in not due to his work, but he's part of it, getting answers and getting to the bottom of this. And really where the rubber meets the road, where you could say, well, I've had an experience, I saw a UFO, I'm an abductee, or, I know somebody who knows something, or I was in this particular secret program. Okay, but we're at a point now where the evidence is overwhelming, and many are coming forward, maybe not all publicly, not all out in, having the sunshine on their face and say, hey, I'm so-and-so and I worked here. Some are doing that, but many are not still, but dozens, up to 40 have come forward, and more are doing it because they're tired of it. It's the right thing to them to expose this thing called the program. And that's just the vernacular. Who knows what the actual name is, but or what it is now. But the fact is that it seems to be a thing, and it is keeping a secret. And if we're worried about so the program, by the way, if you do want to watch it, it does cost you money because James Fox did it independently. No one would pick up the rights. No one would pay. He couldn't get a distribution deal. So it's almost like publishing a book by yourself. You have to get your own funds. He had to get a loan to put it out. It's crazy. So I believe he said soon that you will be able to rent it, but right now it's just the purchase, and it's about $20 or maybe a little less on Amazon and Apple TV, other places as well. But I saw it. I finished it last night. It's very, very good. There are people in it you've never seen before, you've never heard from before. Some are, again, just, hey, this is me. This is who I am, what I did. My face is clear as day, and I'm willing to talk about stuff. Others who are out and are pressed by James Fox with questions. Very, very well done, by the way. They were very uncomfortable, several of them, 3 or 4 different people, names that you probably know if you've been following this for the past couple of years. But they still were made quite uncomfortable by his questions, which is perfect. And there's, again, some brand new folks, including one who is not ready to expose his face. You can't see him, but he says some very matter-of-fact things. And in fact, he released, it's not even his name yet, but he has released a statement. I don't have it here to share. Navy X, I think, is what he's assigning himself as the name right now. But he is making very matter-of-fact statements. Yes, there is a program. Yes, we have a high definition, high quality satellite and other full motion videos of UFOs, of UAPs, military cameras, that would absolutely, it would change the world to see them. And no one's opinion, there would be no more opinions. It's real, right? He was saying, yes, in fact, here's where you can find them. And he gave the name of 2 different locations, databases or file sharing systems within the Department of Defense. I believe they were both DOD's locations. Anyways, that's the film. So if you're new to this, or if you need to catch up, it's an outstanding, get you up to right this second, from 2017 through all the congressional hearings, through all these, again, whistleblowers and witnesses and all this stuff, asking the real bottom line, tough questions and getting some answers, including Madam Rex says SD standard definition's a few bucks cheaper. Sure, it's totally worth it, just a bit broke. Yeah, I wish it's probably not legal to share it with you. I don't even know how to do that, actually. But we will, don't worry. It will be, you will see it soon, I am sure. So see the movie for sure. I just listened to a space on X with James Fox. And a lot of things are happening. He's apparently going to be in the National Press Club in Washington, D.C. with, he says, people you're going to want to hear from. If I got that right, I'll have to rewind that. But if that's happening, I'll do my best to be there as well. And anyway, the most controversial part of the program, at least the past several months, has been Jason Sands. And Jason Sands came out a few months ago. Originally, James was going to be the initial place that you heard of Jason, and then it wasn't. He just like, hey, everybody, it's me, and started talking on X and stuff, and got, I don't want to say in trouble, but he's very open and honest. Basically, is his I don't want to say his problem, but that's what people are like. What is this guy for real? It can't be. I had my, just being honest. I'm going to be very transparent right now. I didn't really think he was a great example of a whistleblower, or I didn't think maybe he was being truthful, or something was off where I didn't recommend anyone pay attention to him. And I was wrong. After I watched, especially, I'd seen to be headed in this direction, but then after I saw the documentary and how he acquitted himself in it and addressing the questions, and it was not a situation where an interviewee is looks better on film because of the editing, the creative editing, and they splice it together a certain way. There's none of that. He quit himself very well, very matter of fact, And I personally, working with in the field that I'm in, seeing people who are troubled or burdened or traumatized, um, that came across as well. And so, I want to kind of make amends to him, even though he didn't know me, obviously, we never met. But I did want to be, have some integrity on this and say, hey, if I ever told you or you saw something where, I didn't believe this guy or whatever, I was incorrect. I was totally incorrect. Even though some of the content you might find hard to swallow, like, really? Like, that's a lot of information. We're always jumping on people for not giving enough information, right? Oh, what did you really see? Where were you really? Were you really in the Air Force? Were you really at this place? Were you really at the secret Area 51? Yeah, I was. And this is my job, and everything checks out. And he's been triple checked. Literally, many people have now looked into his story, make sure he is who he says he is, and he knew code names and he knew program names, and everything's fine. No one said a boo about Jason Sands except for the community. Well, haven't we learned by now? I mean, I've learned the past 2 years or year and a half doing this, deep dive stuff, that unless there's contradictory evidence, why would you be surprised, or why would you think something is too wild to believe? This whole subject is too wild to believe for the average person. Right? But then once you get to that point, it's like, well, if it's real, I guess I got to believe it. Yeah. I want to believe the truth. I want to believe what's true and factual and real. Even if the intentions maybe of whatever is putting this all on may not be truthful and reliable and all that. I get that. But the fact that it is a thing and it is happening, and people have had many experiences from many levels, like just my level, which is seeing things in the sky, like a sphere or a hanging light, that level to much more intimate levels of connection and contact, all that. Every one of those steps is, well, this can't be real, and maybe it is. I want to believe what's real, and then live like that and act in that. And especially, as a believer who knows that God is my Father and He's your Father, and He wants you to live forever with Him, just believe on His Son, be His disciple, then that matters a lot to me, actually. Because anything that would draw someone away from God will affect them eternally. Right? Not just here and now, not just the next 10 years or 20 or 50 or 80 years, forever. And so I'm never going to put myself in a position where, hey, you were in this position and you totally lied, or you totally didn't believe what was right in front of your face because you didn't want to accept it. That's not the Christian way. There's a whole lot of stuff that we can't explain. Can you explain the Trinity to somebody? Right? That concept? Usually can't. Most people can't. And even those who hear it don't accept it. Like, I live in that zone. Anyway, point is, the program is excellent. Jason Sands is telling the truth as far as I could tell. He seems to be a regular, nice, super nice guy. And that was another result of the program, the film. Now, because of the last couple of months, from the David Grush stuff through Lou Elizondo and Imminent coming out, and now these documentaries, and it's kind of rolling all along. And all of a sudden, Oh, that's nice. You nerds over there, you read your books and you watch your podcasts and you, yeah, there's government involvement, but it's all nonsense and all that stuff. But then you have intervening events like the Jersey drones or whatever it's going to end up being called. And all of a sudden, regular folks are thinking, wait a second, what the heck's going on? There's something to this. What is this really? Are these just really drones with little helicopter, blades flying around? Are they delivering my Amazon? What is that? And why are they not stopping? And why, by the way, are they going over my nuclear plant right now? That's 20 miles from my house. True story. And why are they at the airport? And why are they shutting down Wright-Patterson Air Force Base? Wright-Patterson, what was it? I think it was George Knapp. He did a piece on it for the local station that he works for, and he mentioned that, oh, by the way, Wright-Patterson Air Force Base was shut down on Friday because of mystery drones, UAPs, shutting down their airspace. And it just so happens, if you know the lore, if you know the story, this is where some of the Roswell debris went and some of the crash materials from Roswell went. And George's comment was, nice touch, drone people. Sorry, drone people, nice touch to shut down Wright-Pat. Yeah, I mean, my gosh. And now we're up to probably 10 or maybe a dozen military sites and now commercial airports with this mystery stuff, and most of them don't look so much like drones anymore. Something's happening. Okay, something important, something big, and there's a lot of garbage being thrown around because half of it is because the people responsible for your security, your airspace, to make sure you can travel and live in a house without a giant bus flying over your head. And they say it's a drone, don't worry about it. Those people from every level, local, state, and federal, none of them wants to do anything about it. And nobody apparently knows anything about them. They don't know what those things are. They look like a drone or they're airplanes. So shut up. That's it. You're not going to do anything about it. You're telling me you don't know where they came from. Where they came from, you can tell a drone when it takes off where it came from. Easy. Very, very easy, especially if you're looking for it. If you put your cameras up there, if you put your helicopters up, you can tell exactly where a drone will take off from and land. Easy peasy. Well, these are really, really advanced because we don't know where they just show up. Some of them just show up from the ocean. And we don't know where they go. To a man, every individual, every every agency, Department of Defense, the White House, of course, the governor's offices, the Homeland Security, the FAA, you name it, all these stupid 3-letter agencies in our giant government, whatever. Everyone says the same thing. We don't know. It's not our stuff. Don't say it's the government, because I know they're going to say it's not them by reflex. But at a certain point, you're going to figure it out. It's easy to figure out. It ain't. Every one of them saying it's not us. And we don't know where they're coming from, where they're going. We don't know how they're evading us. We don't know how they're escaping from our helicopters and jets, F-16s, F-15s. That's not possible, guys. I mean, you want to talk about things that aren't possible? Drones escaping an F-15 or an F-16. Not possible. They don't have jet engines. Do you know how engines work? Right? Those are the fastest things we've got. Some are faster than others, okay? But you don't have a jet engine on it. You're not escaping it. Well, these things are. What does that leave? Okay, so anyway, that's where we're at. And you've got to think at some point, and then the answers come back, oh, well, don't worry about it. It's all, we looked into these thousands of reports. Notice how that you minimize, you gaslight the situation by saying they're just reports or sightings. This is not a UFO documentary, like James Fox. Oh, we've got a sighting here, a sighting there. We're going to document this. No, these are actual things flying over people's houses, over my nuclear base. I mean, the nuclear power plant. I don't know if you knew that if you have a problem at a nuclear power plant, a lot of bad things happen for a lot of people. I'm in a densely populated area. New Jersey is the most densely populated state in America. And you're going over every base you feel like. Fort Dix, Picatinny Armory, the Salem nuclear plant, and that's just in New Jersey. We're going to shut down the top Air Force base in the world as far as secrets go, and Wright-Patterson. We go wherever we want. That's the message. And I'm going to light up so you can see me. I'm not going to, this is not surveillance. I'm not here to spy on you. Spying would be secret. Spying would be no lights. Spying would be, you'll never know I was there. It's not a fleet of them coming off the ocean with lights blazing where everyone can see. Everybody with a camera will record you. That's not what's happening. Anyway, and so in come the theories. Oh, it's Iran with a giant ship parked up. No, it's not. There's no giant ship. There's no drone ship out there. Oh, it's obviously the Russians. A lot of people are convinced. Obviously, it's Russia. No, it's not. They can't do jack in Ukraine. They can't send drones in Ukraine that work. Half of the Shaheeds, they have to buy them from Iran. They don't even have their own drones that can do anything like that. How are they flying into America? And where? Why New Jersey? What don't they know about New Jersey? Right? Okay, it's clearly the Chinese then. Okay. What evidence do you have of that? I don't got anything. I know that they don't like us, or they're gonna go World War III because China's the new one that can beat us. That's all we got. Where's the demonstration of their high tech stuff that can obliterate any defense? Oh, by the way, they're not just coming and zooming in and around. We have proof now, thanks to the Daily Mail and Christopher Sharp. We have a screenshot from an American base that says our defense, anti-drone defenses, 2 different ones failed when we tried to shoot them with electronic stuff, jamming stuff, RF, whatever. They didn't work. So we can't stop them. We don't know where they're coming from. We don't know where they're going. We've got incapable to bring them down. Anyway, so what you're seeing is blatant lies by the government, by your representatives. Hey, not your representatives. They seem to be okay. Most senators, congressmen, governors, local mayors, and police chiefs, they are all the same as you right now. They are freaking out. They're like, what is going on? Most. But then there's this, the official answers from on high somewhere. I have a feeling that this is the program having a freak out. I think the program is a real situation, and the those responsible for it, the heads of the SAPs, USAPs and WooSAPs and all this other illegal stuff that's hidden, that's still happening. They are saying anything they need to say to get off the trail of what's really happening. So I'll leave that to you. If you have an idea or a theory you want to talk about, go ahead and put it in the comments right now. Again, YouTube, Facebook, X, all welcome to do so. So the program is real. The program is a documentary. You should go get it right now and watch it. You should realize that it's a thing and it's being exposed and it's actually collapsing. I think what you're seeing with this flyover orb drone, whatever we're in right now, so that since Thanksgiving, basically, a little before that. By the way, I'm sorry. I think it's because I went on a cruise. Never had been on one before. I was thinking, the world's going to be at peace, relaxed. There's going to be no issues. Hey, maybe I'll go look for some UFOs while I'm out in the ocean. It'll be awesome. It was awesome, by the way. I didn't see anything, but fantastic. I love the experience. And all of a sudden, while we're out there, my phone's blowing up with all these UK Air Force bases. They're chasing around stuff. And what is this? They're being attacked by drones or encouraged upon. And then now it's in my country when we get back. And here we go. Are they going to slow down? Are they going to respect our responses? Right? Anything? I'm just right before we went on, I was reading. Apparently, maybe this is true. Maybe somebody can confirm that New Jersey is actually closing, making all drone flights illegal. They're setting up no-fly zones, basically, no TAMs for any aerial vehicles. Is that true? Somebody tell me if that's right or not. But we'll see how they respect that. Because again, what are we dealing with? 3 or 4 vehicles that keeps flying around to different parts of the country? Doesn't look like it. It looks like a lot. It looks like hundreds or more. So what makes you more nervous? That it's your own government, if you're an American, an adversary, or non-human? Which one makes you freak out the most? Well, one of them's true. Of course, you would want to say, well, the most comfortable of those is your own government because they're not going to attack you, or they're not going to, well, who knows what NHI UFO would do. But it's your own people doing a test run or something, and no one's getting hurt, so it's fine. I got you, but no one apparently knows it. No. And if they do, it's for the first time ever, it's an absolute perfect, wide open cover-up. Wide open. It's not a WooSap, okay? It's like everyone's being asked about it. Everyone knows exactly what it is. Everyone's seeing it with their eyeballs, and no one knows. So, and this is not a case where, well, yes, we're saying this in public to, yes, we don't know, but in secret, we really do. And so we're going to make sure the population is okay. We're going to get it even through back channels. We're going to let people know that, it's us. Don't worry. You're fine. Nobody has said that. Nobody. No departments, no individuals, no leakers, no intrepid reporters have found out the truth of the matter. Everyone's just speculating. And oh my gosh, dude. Remember I was saying that people who are messaging me that are in different worlds usually? I've got 3 folks now, including one who I'm pretty sure never has messaged me ever. And this is just Facebook. There's WhatsApp and Signal and all that. Well, what's going on? What's your thing? What's the truth about this? Like, I don't. I mean, it's cool that, I guess, because I'm telling folks about what's happening, that people come to you now and say, "What's the real deal?" I don't know. But like the topic in general of UAPs, UFOs, you have to eliminate. It's like why I put in the last week's podcast, I put in the quote from Arthur Conan Doyle about no matter how crazy it seems, if you could eliminate possibilities, no matter how unlikely it seems, whatever's left has to be the truth. So that's where we're at. We're eliminating possibilities left and right here. It's not hobbyists. It's not commercial. It's not a company doing this to themselves, like a company. Well, like Iron Man, like that level, like Elon Musk. That's what it would have to be. There's nothing saying that. And certainly no patriotic American would do that. Scare their own kids. I don't think so. Okay. Well, it's not that. Is it Russia or China? Doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like it. There's no evidence of that. China has balloons. Who just said this? I don't even know who said what now. But somebody raised an excellent point. Remember in almost 2 years ago now, 2023, January and February, right? We had the Chinese spy balloon. Remember the only reason why we saw the Chinese spy balloon? Shouldn't be air quoted. That's what it was. The thing that everyone saw, the big giant balloon floating across America day after day after day, right? And okay, can we shoot it down, Mr. President? Yes. No, wait. No, maybe. As soon as it got offshore, boom, popped it, recovered the stuff. That was that. The only reason we even saw that giant balloon was because we recalibrated our sensors. Whoops, it wasn't calibrated enough to look for UAPs, to look for UFOs, because we know there's thousands of them being seen. Why aren't we picking them up on our stuff? Maybe because we don't want to pick them up on our stuff. But look at that. You adjust a little bit, you recalibrate, and boom. Oh my gosh, giant spy balloon. And so that was true. But the point is, someone who I just heard said, well, here's the point, though. We shot it down like we should have. We recovered the stuff in the ocean. Easy peasy. And China asked for it back. Remember? Maybe you don't. But they did. Because it was their stuff. Like, can we have our stuff back, please? Of course, they lied and said it wasn't a spy balloon. It was just a private company in China went rogue. Yeah, whatever. They wanted it back. But do you also remember? Now that's fine. Do you also remember, though, right after that, we shot 3 other things down before they got to the continental U.S. Alaska, the Yukon in Canada, and over one of the Lake Huron, I think, one of the Great Lakes. All of that is classified. Nobody knows if we recovered anything. Well, we sent teams to recover it because we got video, at least in Alaska. And yes, we tried to recover all of that. Why don't we know about it? Why aren't we told? Well, I guess they weren't balloons. And guess what? China never asked for anything back from those, just the one. So if your best drones, if your best tech you send flying over Alaska or Canada, like, oh, okay, that could be a mystery drone. Like, okay, I got it. It's high performance. It's some type of new technology where China's got it and we don't. Oh my gosh. All right, good point, right? This could be that, right? Well, if it is, you're going to demand it back. You're not going to let the Americans study it. You're not going to let us reverse engineer it, because now we'll have it. We're going to figure it out, and we're going to have exactly what you have, and we can fight your secret stuff now. We can destroy your secret stuff now, because now we know how it works. Chinese would never allow that. So, point is, it's highly doubtful that it's China. Highly doubtful, double highly doubtful that it's Russia. It's incomprehensible that it would be America, corporation, private people, or our own government. I can't see it. I don't understand how that would even work. Forget how much it doesn't make sense, but how would it even work? What have you got left? Hey, Sarah. Dr. Sarah Eaton checking in says there's a link. What is that? DARPA. Yeah, I can't click the link from my screen right here, Dr. Sarah. What is the summary of that, please? So DARPA, which actually Sarah is I don't want to say involved with, but give a presentation to, right? A couple weeks ago. And didn't I make some smart comment to you offline? Like DARPA may be coming into the chat. What they are looking for. So DARPA is this super secret, out of the box, weapons and stuff development of the Pentagon. Let's see if I can find that. Click on that link. There's the chat. Okay. Okay. Got it. DARPA Defense Science Institute Expedited Research Implementation Series are initiating a long-term open call. Oh, this just happened. Okay, 2 weeks ago. Are initiating a long-term open call for new and novel technology solutions to support DARPA in advancing research, development, prototyping, experimentation, adoption of disruptive DARPA-relevant research and technology solutions. Specifically, DARPA seeks to obtain solutions or capabilities that deliver breakthrough technological advancements that are new as of the date of submission, or technologies, process, research, or methods that represent a new application as of the date of the submission. IRS will accept video pitch submissions up till May 30th on an ongoing basis. Current strategic focus areas: detecting and tracking elusive object of interest across land, sea, and space domains. Okay. So they're not so subtly. There it is. There it is. As I say it, Dr. Zara's putting it in there. Professor, excuse me. I think she likes professor. Yeah. I wonder what that could mean. And to the point where they're desperate, it's sort of DARPA is supposed to be the best of the best. Like, you don't now they're asking for the public's help for breakthrough technologies, because we're having a real problem breaking through our existing tech. We need to know there's something more advanced. We need to break through this stuff. Well, what does that tell you? If DARPA isn't there yet and is soliciting the public's help, what makes you think they have the breakthrough technology? Well, they don't then. We don't. These are the guys, right? Unless it's DARPA's secretive as it is. It's classified. You put classified stuff in there. That's the first bullet point. Second, overcoming limitations of current sensing systems. That might have to do with what we saw at this slide that was the Daily Mail got a hold of, that says the anti-drone tech is not working. Current sensing systems, they can't see them, and when we do see them, we can't bring them down. So, in other words, somebody has gotten a breakthrough technology that we don't have. And we need this is like the police asking for your help, or the FBI saying, have you seen anything? We need your help in finding this criminal or whatever, right? This not make me feel any better, Professor. And developing advanced antenna technologies for improved performance and reduced size. Whatever. Anyway, so they're asking for the public's help to get breakthrough technologies going. That's pretty crazy, dude. Thank you for that. Thank you, Professor. If they don't know, isn't DARPA the one that was blamed for Project Bluebeam and stuff? Wasn't that supposed to be their invention? By the way, I don't believe it exists. For the record, I've come to the conclusion that it never existed. But like that kind of stuff, right? That's like a DARPA thing. Everyone was scared of DARPA. Well, apparently they don't know jack. And somebody is blew right by us. It was created after Sputnik. You're talking about DARPA. Generally, you're right, because that's it. Exactly. To prevent surprise by enemy tech. Exactly, because we got totally bamboozled and shocked that, oh my gosh, had the Russians put something up in the air, we're not there yet. How'd they get there? Yeah, exactly. Well, guess what? Somebody's technology apparently is surprising us. And it's drones. Now, I will put the air quotes around drones until further notice. Because that's I think we did a podcast title a couple of weeks ago that said that's just to make you feel better. Because it's a known phrase. It's a known term. People see it in Walmart. So it's cool. Oh yeah, drone. I know drone. Yeah, it's cool. Whatever. Anyway, if like Sarah is saying exactly right, their whole purpose for existing is to make sure we don't get leapfrogged by someone else's tech. We are supposed to have the best. Of course, it's military applications, but really in any sphere, right? Make sure some opponent or some enemy or some opposition doesn't leapfrog us in some crazy way where we can't defend against it. And now they're asking for your help to help with this breakthrough technology. Oh my gosh. Hi, Bond Servant. Said just got notified or alerted a little while ago. That's no problem. I don't know why it delays in telling you, but here we are. Oh, they keep changing the names. Oh, like drones. UFO to UAP. Yeah. Yes, I hear you. Yeah. To make it more palatable. Right. Because UFO definitely penetrated the psyche of the country, of the world. So we know what that is. When you say that, people have an idea now. So I get why you would not want to call it that. Even though it's exactly what they are. I don't care if they are drones. I don't care if they are things with little helicopters on them and you got it at Walmart. If you don't know what it is or where it came from, it's an unidentified flying object. Even UAP was, even though the term has been around a long time, by the way, since the 40s, they used to call it unidentified aerial phenomena, but now it's anomalous phenomena because, well, it's not just in the air, and it's anything that's doing things that I don't understand what I just saw, or how does that work? We don't have the engine for that. We don't have the propulsion for that. We don't have this cloaking, system for that. We don't have the weapons against that. That's all anomalous. We don't know the answer. That's what it means. Anyways. Okay. All right, guys. Any other comments, questions, suggestions, or conversation bits that you want to continue here? Otherwise, we'll just call it a day here on Unsealed. And again, just to reiterate and restate, yes, see the program, including Jason Sands and the various new information you're going to hear. And I want you to apply it to what you're seeing and your daily life and your daily walk with Christ, hopefully. And to know that these things are not mutually exclusive. You don't have to leave your Christianity at the door to study or know what's happening here, or vice versa. Right? You could all of a sudden, maybe this is opening your mind or your perception up to the unseen things of the world, that there may be things that you can't quantify, that you can't quite get a hold of, that you know is real, but you can't explain, well, that's God is knocking on your heart. He's saying, I'm the dad of the situation. I love you. You're not just a nameless, faceless accident of evolution. I created you for a purpose and a reason, and I want you to live with me forever. But you do have a part to play in that salvation story, so to speak. Okay, you have to accept it. You have to repent. You have to come to know that you are not God, and He is, and that this guy Jesus, this Jewish rabbi, is a lot more than that, because He's alive. Like here in Colorado, have the by the way, our sister bondservant lives very nearby the NORAD and Space Force headquarters. Have the uppers ever figured out any new info on cattle mutilations and stuff like that? Aren't they occurring when the orbs show up? Well, they occur when discs show up. And I don't know, I wouldn't specify it to orbs, but definitely UFOs and cattle mutilations are tied together. And crop circles, by the way. I know, all the stuff that you thought was crazy. Maybe is not. Cattle mutilations are for sure real. And they don't like whatever it is flying above them. And if you watch the Skinwalker Ranch show, I mean, it's plain as day. There's actually an episode where you see a cow with a UAP over its head, and then it just kind of gets sick and drops down, and then it dies. So, like, I don't know what more you need to see. If there is, I don't know about info. They've never said anything about it, because again, it's all official denial. Because if you admit that, you have to admit other stuff. And they're not ready to do any of that. His drones and orbs are showing up here, but I haven't seen anything. Well, yeah, like I think I mentioned yesterday while we were talking. I mean, you're in a big state and you're in a city, right? Like, and even if these are giant, SUV sized things, and even if these orbs or spheres or whatever are large, even if they are, they're still comparatively small. And it's, don't assume just because you live in a state you're going to see something. If it's happening all in places around you, you might not. Just saying, don't feel bad or feel anything. All right. I'm out. This is enough for today. Let's go with the program. See it if you can. Know that apparently it's a real thing. And those who are in it, now don't go crazy. It's not like, I know, especially the conservatives of the world, my team, okay, my side is all about the government bad. And we think the government is a monolith. It's all this, like you could all lump them all together. You can't. That's the one thing about it, because it's so huge, and it's so huge, you cannot lump people together. They don't know what the heck's going on. They have no connection with each other. The secret programs are the same way. That's why it was set up like that, into compartments, into different stovepipes or whatever, right? Because they only know this part, and these guys only know this part, and these guys only know this part. It's only the guys at the top, or one guy maybe, that knows all the parts. And maybe his program's only part of a larger program, and only one guy is up on top of that. So you're only talking at the most, based on the Wilson Davis memo, several hundred at the most who know that the program is real, period. Hundreds, okay? The federal government is millions of people, millions of employees. They don't know. The millions don't know. a couple hundred now. And so think about that. Take action on that. If you're in it, if you know someone in it, please come out. If you have an NDA, I'm not telling you to break it, but someone's going to have to. Yeah, if you think you're going to go to jail, then you're going to have to risk it. That's my opinion. Okay. I'm sorry, Bond Servant. I'm going to leave that last question for another time. I'm winding down here, and I got a basketball game to go to shortly. So anyway, it's all is well and good. Please, if you would like, all y'all out there, maybe you've only listened to my Bible teachings or something over the years, and oh my gosh, what is the rest of this stuff going on? Feel free to send me a message on X, Manti4 right there, MANTEI4. Email me if you want, Christopher at wingsoftheeagle.com, or various other means of communication. Feel free to do so, and I'll try to help in any way that I can. Okay. All right, friends. Sarah, thank you for checking in. Lovely to see you today. Sponsor Madam Rex, as always, and all the rest of everyone, please, again, share and like if you can. Subscribe. That'd be great. The best thing is to become a member on YouTube or Patreon. That helps me to raise funds and do this thing because it ain't free. All right, guys. Till next time, this is Wings of the Eagle. Stay tuned. Breaking news as it warrants.